You just tell me when the stream's starting. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Southern Regionals here in sunny Strathalbyn, motorcycle mecca. Today we've got a lot of ultimate action. Teams looking to head to the national tournaments here in Australia for Ultimate Frisbee. Today, this morning, this game, it's going to be Bauhaus Rezzies against Melbourne Phoenix. Bauhaus Rezzies are a development team from the Bauhaus Club. They're looking to potentially head to Division 2 Nats, depending on how they go today, looking to develop some of their new players. They've got a wider range of skill and ability. Some players have been playing for a long time, some players have been playing for not long at all. Melbourne Phoenix, on the other hand, this is the A team from the Heads of State Ultimate Frisbee Club in Victoria, South Australia. Please turn up the volume. Melbourne, Victoria. They're looking to head to Division 1 Nationals and just have a lot of fun. Talking to Sebastian Barr, the coach of Melbourne Phoenix, before the game. He mentioned that they were looking to just enjoy their time here, and well, the goal is to go to Nationals, but he said they've got a very large positive energy and they just enjoy their ultimate. So it looks like Melbourne Phoenix are going to receive the first pull here. Bauhaus Rezzies running right to the left on your screen. Here's the pull. Nice flat pull. It's going to land somewhere around the brick mark. And we get to see the first Melbourne Phoenix offense. Looks like they're in a bit of an isolation side stack. The long throw goes up straight away. It's sitting beautifully. Whoa, there we go. That's the first goal. Very, very nicely put there. And I believe that's Apostle pulling that one in. Rainbow Apostle. And that's 1-0. So very, very nice catch there. And the throw was on a string, setting up beautifully in the end zone. And, well, the finish was very safe in the end. So that's 1-0, and Melbourne Phoenix off to a very, very quick start. Sebastian Barr dials up an isolation side stack, and, well, it comes off for a goal. So now it's going to be Bauhaus Rezzies. And what they can do now on offense. See Hayley Tan out there in the white. She's the coach of the team. She's originally from Australia, moved to Malaysia, and now is back in Australia. Played her ultimate in university and was now helping the girls to develop their skills and get better at what they're doing. So a fair gap between points here. Okie dokie, so here's the pull. Bit of a lefty backhand outside him. It's not going to quite reach the brick mark. So the defense will get time to set. Oh, it's a flood out of the horizontal stack. Oh, contested disc into the end zone. That's a turnover. Bauhaus Rezzies coughing it up. The first move looked good out of the horizontal flood play. Near side receivers clearing out for the unders from the far side receivers. So Heads of State working out of a vertical stack, the out cut, the in cut, looking for the dump, looking to reset the disc now. Stall count getting high. Nice flick up the line. No continuation. Oh, there we go. That's a big outside in. That's a little bit speculative. One at the back brings it down. Very nice catch there. Very well read. A dump and oh, nice bid. No dice though. So this is Megan Palmier. Looks like we might have a call behind the play. That's Sana that might have followed through onto one of the Bauhaus players. So it's an injury sub. Thanks, Mike Palmer. And it looks like the disc will stay where it is with Palmier picking it up. Looks like she copped it in the side of the face there. Sometimes happens with the close mark, lots of pressure. That hand can collect the mark on the way through. Doesn't look like there's a little bit of conversation here as to what the story is. Yeah, they're still discussing the foul here, or whether it is a foul or not, and we're just going to sort out whether or not the disc will return or stay where it is. From what I could see, and it was only a quick glance, it didn't look like much of a foul from me, from where I'm standing. And I believe the turnover should stand. Yeah. Sona is saying it's a turnover. So the disc will stay with Polymer, and she'll have a chance to bring this in here. Bauhaus, a little bit messy in the stack. Whoa, that's a very good defense there. They forced the turnover very quickly, so it's back. Catch, looking up the sideline. Dump sets up. Oh, and she just juggles that one. Couldn't quite get her balance, and the disc flies up in the air and falls on the ground. Polymer again now. Looks to, that's Rachel Coe. Again, the undercut. Great defense. And a turnover is forced again. Melbourne Phoenix with another shot. Nice swing. Sainer again. Oh, good defense. Cutting off the disc, running underneath it. That was on a low. Undercut is cut down. Polymer with the disc. This is her third opportunity here. She struggled to complete a pass. High stall. This goes up. Nice grab. Very well read by Anna Lowe. Looking towards the end zone now. Receivers streaming past her. She goes outside into the far corner of the end zone. A little bit too much on that one. And again, Melbourne Phoenix get an opportunity here. This will be their third offensive possession of the point. And they've got it all to do. They're down in the far corner. Okay, she's waving, she's gesturing. Pumps the dump. Elects not to throw it. There is the swing off the front of the stack. Again, the Dominator movement. Winds up the flick. It's well read and dropped. That was Yumin Ho with the pressure, and now she's got the disc. Looking. The break goes up. Oh, nice defense. And that's another turn. Nice throw there. Receiver in the open. Misreads it, jumps too early. And that's turnover. Bauhaus. Rezzies again with the disc. They're on their own end zone here. Yumin Ho can't bring that one in. No, that was Anna Lowe, rather. And now Melbourne Phoenix, playing the positional game, are on the end zone line with a chance to go up 2-0 here and get a break early in the game. The dump is pumped, faked, looking, stall count increasing, forces it in there. That's 2-0. Melbourne Phoenix taking an early lead in this one, breaking the Bauhaus Rezzies offense on that point after approximately 5 possessions each. Might be a little bit more. They do what they need to do. They eventually grind the disc into the end zone, score the point, and now it'll be the Melbourne Phoenix defense again looking to get their second break in a row. And well, the Bauhaus Rezzies team, they need to get something going here on offense, try and complete some of those passes. Sort out their timing down the field. Oh, cameraman down. Mike's hurt himself. Smashed himself in the knee here. That's the funny bone. It's not so funny. Okay, everyone's on the field for Melbourne Phoenix. They're all having a chat there. And I must apologise for the lack of names for Melbourne Phoenix. They did have their jerseys. They were ordered, but they didn't get here in time, so they're playing in their training outfits right now, their training singlets. And I'm having to make it up as I go along here on the commentary. try and figure out who's who. He's all right. He's backing up. He's limping a little bit. Anyway, so here it comes. The ball is about to be thrown up. Very flat pull, flying to the far side of the field. And underneath it, grabs it, centers the disc. The swing is there immediately. That's Analo with the disc now. Goes underneath. Again, looking upfield. Power position cut from the dump gets shut down and the disc is dropped on the attempted short dump pass. That was Gottselig. Unable to bring that one under control. And now Melbourne Phoenix, they're in the red zone. Very hard cut to the open side. The break cut is not there. Up the line, power position for Sainer. Looking in the end zone, it floats a little bit. It's too far. There's a call in the stack. I'm not sure if it affected the play or not. We'll see as the players discuss this one, talk it over. Whether or not looks like the turnover will stand. And the disc is coming up to the line. So Bauhaus Rezzies out of the horizontal set again. Hard undercut there. Looking for the dump straight away. The dump gets shut down very, very well there by the defender. Undercut. Short metage gainer. Whoa, that is an interesting throw. And it's a turnover. Creative if nothing else. I'm not sure if that was intended. Sainer to the near side of the field. Did she catch that? It was a great bid. Looks like the turnover will stand. That's the second shot Sainer's had into the end zone there. Unable to complete that one either. So Bauhaus Rezzies back on offense. Out of the horizontal set again. Cut to the near side of the field. Nice defense. Fighting hard there on the undercut by the receiver. That was Caroline Go. Okay, break. Immediately turfed. Just outside the end zone there, and well, that was incomplete. Bauhaus Rezzies now. They're finding the first cut, but it's the second and the third cut that seem to be causing them difficulties on offense here. Looking around, dump, she looks panicked. Stall count getting higher, and there's the nice defense again. Melbourne Phoenix doing very, very well, but too much energy there. Getting a little bit excited down the far side of the field. Looks like Bauhaus looking, well, they were working out of a vertical there. Looks like the call has gone out to adjust the offensive set. Open side dominator movement. Looks down the field. The stank is very deep at the moment. She points to the break side. Gets a very nice throw off. That's Sainer with the disc. Looking towards the end zone. Nice movement onto the inside there. Throw in the end zone. That's a goal. And that's 3-0 early here. Melbourne Phoenix breaking again for the second time. They're taking a very, very commanding position here in this first game of Southern Regionals. Strathalbyn, of all places, God knows why they held it here, but it's a beautiful part of the country. Motorcycle Mecca, as I said in the intro. And it's the Alexandrina Council that are helping us run the event today. Lovely people. They got to be, to live in a place like this. Well, it looks like Hayley Tan's out there having a quick word to her players. Wonder what she's saying out there. If I was her, she'd be something along the lines of, hey, relax, settle down, just work yourselves into the game and see if you can start to, build a bit of flow. Don't worry about the score too much. Just worry about what you're doing. Focus in and try to get a little bit of momentum here in this game. It's going to be a hard one for them. An A team against a development team or a B team. Melbourne Phoenix, of course, being the A team. Yep. Bauhaus Rezzies signal that they're ready. Seb Barr still on the field talking to his players. Okay, so here comes the pull. Nice pull, it's going to float. It's going to be around the brick mark here on the near side of the field. The pressure comes. The pressure's pretty good. Horizontal set again for Bauhaus Rezzies. Another. The dump is dropped. This horizontal set for Bauhaus Rezzies is really not working at the moment. They're really struggling to get the flow happening. And that's really the downside of a horizontal set. A horizontal set generally works on strong receivers and large meatage gainers because the defense really can't set up in a predictable kind of way that they're used to. And it creates gaps on the field that aren't normally there. So working off your strong receivers, you can hit those gaps for, you know, a very fast flowing and large meterage offense, but it just hasn't been working for Bauhaus. See another turn, a drop there. It's like Wallbridge. No, that's Ash Thornton with the disc. Looks to dominate a movement to Ash Thornton. That's Wallbridge. Goes around Wallbridge, and that's another point. That's 4-0. That's much more clinical offense there for Melbourne Phoenix. And they go up 4-0 in this one. We see the replay. I finally got a screen, so I know what you guys are looking at. Nice floating pass there. Easy catch in the corner. 4-0. Now, talking to Hayley Tan, the coach of Bauhaus Rezzies, before the game started, she mentioned that the squad is small. There's only 14 odd players there, so it's going to be a rough tournament for them. You know, it's hard playing with so few numbers. When I was coaching, generally you wanted at least 20 to have a decent tilt at the tournament. And well, I wonder how they're going to go. If nothing else, they're going to get a lot of experience here today. They're going to learn a lot and hopefully have a lot of fun. I mean, that's what regionals is for. Trying new stuff out and seeing what works, what doesn't work. Learning a little bit about yourself as well, who you are as a player, and you know what you need to do to perform well. So Melbourne Phoenix, they look like they're ready to pull here. Again, they've been very, very good so far. Their defense has been top notch. They're playing very, very tight on the receivers. Nice pull. That's a very, very big pull. It's going to be the biggest one of the day so far. Caught behind the brick mark. Reset to the middle. The point. Undercut there. Another under. This is better flow. We're working out of a vertical set now. Oh, the dump. The dump goes early. This could be trouble. The store count results in a long throw there. Pumps the long throw. Reset. And there's a huck. Receiver streaming deep. Looks like she's got it. What a beautiful throw that was. Down the near side of the field. I'll have the replay shortly. Yeah, you can see the throw in a lot of space, just takes the time, sets herself, and the receiver somehow found about 10 metres of empty field there, and well, walked herself in for a very, very nice goal and a 5-0 lead so far. Looks like we might have a timeout now. We need an ad break, Mike. We need ads, mate, so I can take a drink and compose my thoughts. I mean, very, very early, Melbourne Phoenix have just shown themselves to be quite the strong team here. Sebastian Barr did say that they were the A team, so this is the best that the Heads of State club can field in the women's division. Oh, we do have an ad break. You fucking beauty. We'll be back very, very shortly.
Alti.tv.
I just feel like I'm not doing what you're paying me to do here, though. If I'm not talking, why am I here? Apparently, I'm being paid in love and sandwiches and coffee. There is a coffee van over there in the distance. You might be able to see it vaguely on the stream. Coffee man, I actually followed him in this morning. It's a full van, man. Good stuff. I'm not a coffee connoisseur. We'll have to find out if it's any good or not. But espresso coffee. Is it Rio Coffee? Is that the brand? Next to the Strathalbyn Strikers FC. This is their home ground, I believe. It's a soccer field, of all things. I believe there'd be cricket pitches. It's Australia, after all. There must be. Okay, coming out of the timeout. Bit of concern for one of the Bauhaus players. One who got the follow through. Oh. Phoenix already on the field. They're calling their line right now. See a lot of players also on the field. Generally that's so they can hear the call as well, and they can help from the sideline. If they can help from the sideline, they can give calls to the defense, help them adjust to what the offense is doing. Everyone just get on the same page. Okay. They're still, offense and defense, still working out what they're doing here. Looks like they're almost ready. I mean, this could be a very, very early half time. We've got 22 minutes on the game clock now. And generally, half time comes around the half an hour to 40-minute mark, depending on, obviously, how quickly the scores come and who's doing the scoring. Okay. Looks like we're ready. This is in the air. And the ball will come. Nice inside out ball. It's going to sit flat and pull up about the brick mark. Pretty much on the brick mark. I think that actually hit it. Okay. Another horizontal set. Oh, nice grab there. Very, very nice grab there. And all of a sudden I have audio in my ear. Yeah. I just need to turn it down a little bit so that I can actually hear what's going on. Rightio. Nice movement. Inside pass, Dominator movement down the line. Inside out. That one's going to float in the air. There is a little bit of a breeze. And it falls in the end zone. Unfortunate. Very, very nice Dominator movement there by the handler. Gives the disc and then goes. Right now, there's a bit of a junky look for Phoenix. See a bit of a FSU of all things. A bit of a forced middle clam. I was talking to Seb Barr about their defensive looks. We'll come back to that. As Phoenix are inside the red zone now. Open side look. Ooh, that movement from the handler, a little bit messy there, clogs the lane. You can see the defender in the way now. The dump is there, resetting the disc. Looks in the middle of the field, looks down the line. That's it's in the back of the end zone. That one's caught. That's 6-0. And Melbourne Phoenix looking very, very good here early on. Their defense has been on point. See the replay? I don't think that was who she was throwing it to. It floats over the primary receiver and finds the one in the back of the end zone. But, well, close counts in horseshoes, grenades, nuclear warfare, and apparently ultimate as well. Okay. So in that last play, Sebastian Barr, he dialed up zone look. It looks like some sort of forced middle. And a couple of players in the lane. It'll be interesting to see if we see it again this point. It was clearly effective And it's really going to be effective if Bauhaus stick with this horizontal offensive look. If they stick with it, they're going to find that there's just going to be players everywhere in the lane ruining where they want to go with the disc. They're just not going to be able to make the throws to the locations on the field that they're going to want to. Phoenix are ready to pull this. And here comes the disc. Bauhaus are ready. Inside out. Make it just past the brick mark. Near side of the field. Nice catch, very safe. Polymere with the disc. And it is going to be a 1-3-2-1 zone now. Or the Pommy as it's commonly known. And just a little bit of confusion there. Missing the receiver and the turnover results. They've got about 30 metres to go here. Oh, very nice cut to the open side. It gets looked off though in favour of the break side movement. Motion now. Looking again to the break side, breaking the mark. Great defence. Quick movement down the field. There's receivers streaming deep right now. That one's going to bounce up. She brings it down though, nice and tall. And that one's Sadowskis actually. And again, Sadowskis with the disc. Looks for the dump. The zone for Phoenix has reset. Finds a nice gap there through the middle of the field. They're working the disc down. This could be the first score, and I question the zone call by Sebastian Barr. Low or no pressure turnover there. Phoenix will get another shot at this. And now instead of 30 metres to go, they've got much further. Wow. I mean, that is a huck and a half. And it was just a little bit too far. I mean, when you hug the disc, the better part of, what was that? That was probably 70 metres, 80 metres? And you throw it too far? I mean, that's a problem I would have liked to have back in the day when I was still playing Ultimate before I retired. You know, throwing the disc too far, damn, what an issue to have. Okay, Polymere's going to have it. She's going to look straight away. It gets touched on the way through the cup. Oh, can't quite bring the disc under control. Great defense there from the point. And the quick pass, and that's a point. And that, I believe, is 7-0. If Phoenix can find the next goal, they'll take half here. Yep, just very quick movement. Quick pass between the two defenders there. And the goal. So I think Melbourne Phoenix got a little bit lucky there with that defensive look. Their man has been outstanding. The force middle junk look that they threw was also pretty good. It was good in terms of surprise value anyway. Getting Bauhaus to cough up a very quick turn on that one. But the zone, the 1-3-2-1 zone, the Pommy, as it's called here in Australia. It's generally a line trap. Just didn't work. Point actually got caught a long way out of position, and well, it almost resulted in a Bauhaus Rezzies score as they worked the disc up the far side of the field. It's just a no pressure drop from the reset that resulted in Phoenix getting the disc back, and well, a little bit of positional ultimate, and 2 turns later, they punch it in with a 6-0 lead, 7-0 lead. I knew that. So it's actually a fairly mixed line from Melbourne Phoenix. 3 very tall players and then 4 very, or will look like very speedy players. I wouldn't call them short. I'm short myself. Anyway. Go right. Looks like they're, well, Bauhaus are ready, but Melbourne Phoenix still sorting themselves out. There's the ball. It's going to sit up. It's going to go out of bounds maybe. No, it's going to land inbounds around the halfway line. And yes, Sebastian Barr, he's going to stick with this zone look. I wouldn't be surprised if Bauhaus punched this one in. In fact, they just go deep straight away. The deep is lost, and just call me Nostradamus. That's Bauhaus pumping it in. Polymere with the throw. Beautifully. Just puts it in the space at the back of the end zone. And Bauhaus on the board. No pantsing today. Yeah, nice catch there. The deep just got lost under the disc. Couldn't find the angle to really make a play on that. And while the receiver was perfectly positioned on the other hand and brought that one down. There we see here the replay again. Polymere just going to rip this one straight over the top. See the deep. She's kind of lost here. Had the receiver running past her on the backside. And yeah, just can't find the angle there. Very, very well read by the receiver. I think Bauhaus can take a lot of confidence in that. You know, they can complete the passes. They can score when they put it together. They've got what it takes, and it's just a matter of finding the open look and finding the right look as they move down the field with the frisbee. Looks like it's going to be Rainbow Apostle with the disc. She's going to pull. No, she doesn't have the disc. Of course she doesn't have the disc because it's Bauhaus pulling. They're on defense. Lots of smiles on the Bauhaus sideline. I think they all enjoyed that throw, and well, if I'd have made it, I would have enjoyed it too. Good throw, that one. Okie dokie. Looks like they're still discussing their defense. No one has the disc at the moment. That's Nicole Gottslig going back to pick up the disc. So she might be the one that's going to pull. Yep, she's going to pull here. Hey, gives it a good rip. That's going to go about halfway, far side of the field. No, it's going to go out on the full, and the brick mark's going to be called here for Melbourne Phoenix. And wow, what a position to be in. Ash Thornton on one side, Beck Wallbridge the other. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that in terms of having two absolutely solid handlers either side of you. Very nice movement there. It's a weird kind of look. They seem to be lost on defense. The throw in the end zone, and that's half time. 8-1, Melbourne Phoenix take half, and oh, it's time for a drink and a break. And do I get a break too? Oh, we're going to a break. After we have the replay, of course. Show me the replay. Yeah, nice movement there. The defense just seemed lost. It was a semi-zone, maybe, with a couple of players down deep, and we see the receiver here, near side of the field, 10 metres free, and catches a nice, easy one. A very good score. Nice movement from Melbourne Phoenix, identifying the weak parts of the field and hitting them. And we've got the best-looking man in Australian Ultimate just shown up, Andrew Moroney. Andrew Moroney. I think we'll go to a break and we'll be back very, very shortly. We're back, and we're coming out of halftime here. I'm joined by Andrew Moroney.
G'day, Dan.
Thank you for joining me here, mate. You're going to join us for the second half of this?
Yeah, as much as I can, yep.
Because you've got a game coming up later with Melbourne Juggernaut.
We do, and right now we're watching our sister team in Phoenix. Seem like they've made a pretty handy start to their regionals.
Yep. I mean, if you could choose how you wanted your first game to go, I think 8-1 would probably be about all you could ask for.
Yeah, we can see Seb Barr on screen. They're about to call the line. Is this a D line? They're coming out on D, are they?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, he couldn't have had it much better, I reckon. I think you'll be pretty happy with him. We'll try and grab him after this and have a quick chat and see what the message coming out of half was. But I don't see him giving kind of a Dennis Pagan style spray to his team when they've done 8-1.
No, I think the team talk would probably be something along the lines of, great work, girls, keep it up.
Yep. Conversely, because I don't know if we'll be able to get someone from Bauhaus, what do you think the messaging will be from Bauhaus at a half?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, you're facing a very well put together team by the looks of it from Melbourne Phoenix, and I really wouldn't worry about the score as it sits right now. You know, I think for Bauhaus, this tournament's really about learning.
Yep.
And, you know, for better or for worse, you play against good competition, you learn. So here's the pull, middle of the field. Sadauskas is going to pick it up, looking immediately to Polymere. And it looks like we've got this force middle junk look. Again, it worked very, very well. High stall count, throw through the middle of the cup. Looking downfield, disc comes to the near side. Unfortunately, Polymere cannot bring it under control. Just like Mihatch, going to pick this one up. He's going to look. Looks for the dump, fakes the dump, up the line. Nice. Very close to the sideline here. Looking inside. Moroney's gesturing angrily, saying, "Get up the line, damn it!"
Yeah, just got a little bit clogged in that in the dump.
Yeah, unable to find the movement back to the middle of the field. Polymere has a receiver.
Yeah, so that's the look Bauhaus want to take. So if you look at the, we'll try and get it up on the replay at some point, but if you look at the zone that Phoenix are going to play, they are pushing up. They're pushing their far side wing from where we position now, pushing them right up around the handlers. So that shot to that deep wide space, far of where we are now, is where they want to strike. Phoenix back on O.
And we haven't talked about the wind yet. There is a slight breeze out there. Ooh, that's a no pressure, unforced error. We're going to talk in tennis parlance. Looks like Polymer is going to have the disc here.
Looks like they'll switch back to matched defense.
I mean, heading towards the end zone. As you get closer, the field gets smaller. Man defense works better, Andrew?
Yeah, yep, they play the match. Oh, nice little break.
Inside break there, Sadowska's very, very nice throw, just breaking the mark, and that's 2. 8-2 now.
Positive start.
Very, very positive start. The replay. Yeah, fakes the around. And you see the space just on the inside there.
Just completely lost their defender there.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh, we've all been there. We'll all be there today, I would imagine. Yeah, we don't have to imagine too
Who's
far
got that
back.
guy?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Try and get some scores around the grounds. It looks like Ballarat and Geelong, the Mudlarks, trading at 5-all, with Ballarat just catching an open side goal on Jake Angelovic. Doesn't look happy about it.
No.
Jeez, it's very early on game 1, day 1 for Jake to be doing the cranky strut, but he is.
I mean, Geelong are playing on a very, very short roster though, so I think they're going to give some of those points up. Just through.
How many have they got here?
Like 9.
Right, and Jake's already in ice.
Yeah.
Or Jacob, sorry.
Yep, 1 in ice already. It's not great.
Not what you want.
So here we go, Melbourne Phoenix on offense. They're going to have a chance now. I think this is going to be their 3rd offensive point of the game. Just see if we can get Sebastian Barr on the mic, get his thoughts at the moment. He's purposefully ignoring us, I think.
He's doing his best not to make the eye contact.
Anyway, the ball, it's going to land far side of the field. And Ash Thornton's going to be the one picking it up. It's now Bauhaus that are going to run a bit of a zone look here.
Quite aggressive as well. A lot of players around the disc.
Yeah. It's a 1-3-2-1 by the looks of it. They're going to look for the line trap if they can get it. They want to come to this near side of the field, so it's actually a forehand trap. Throw to Rainbow Apostle, which is possibly the best name in Ultimate Frisbee I've ever heard. Hammer.
Nice. So Kate Robertson with this now will run this offense, and I was just about to pump her up, and rightly so, because that was a goal. I thought she was going to turn it.
Hell of a throw.
Kate Robertson's a weapon, man.
That is a very, very good throw. Just straight down the field, leading the receiver perfectly. That was Rebecca Warbridge catching the goal.
Just as impressively, her 2 throws beforehand, she actually had that break to the high side, that break backhand. She's probably one of the best throwers on this team, if not the best thrower on the team.
Yep.
Because not only she does the highlight reel stuff in that nice put, as you said, Dan, perfectly right out in front of space, didn't give the defender a look, and Warbridge jogged onto it really.
There was only one person ever going to catch that one, if anyone.
Yep. But also does the hard stuff, that step out, break backhand. They knew it's pretty much straight away that they wanted to force them to this close sideline. A lot of handlers do the easy thing. I can see someone, they go and hit them down the force side. But Robbo thought, well, what's going to annoy this defense? What do they not want me to do? Break, and that's what she does.
Yeah.
Second only to, they don't want you to score a goal, and then she went and did that too.
Yeah. So. I mean, in terms of being a handler, that's what you've got to do. You've got to put the offense in a good position.
Yep.
As you say, and well, now it's Melbourne Phoenix. They're going to be on defense now. I get the sense that Sebastian Barr, he's trying to conserve a little bit of legs here. He's throwing some different zone looks. And maybe trying to conserve his players a little bit.
Well, is it 5 games today? Will be shorter games, 60-minute games. 5
games today, and well, however many tomorrow. There's potential to play probably 8, 9 games maybe over 2 days, which is a cracking effort.
Look, you get your money's worth from a player fee perspective. Another.
Okay, it is going to be another zone look. Is this forced middle again? This is a, it looks like some variation of a clam.
I mean, if it is, they're playing it perfectly because you can see everyone in that fence all looking around. So every time there's a throw, there's a head check from those players.
Oh, Strathalbyn
really makes a difference.
Strathalbyn's catching that one. And this is working. It's slowing it down. Strathalbyn is going to put this one in the end zone. Wow. Very nice block there.
Wow.
Who was that?
No idea.
Was that Dhaliwal? Might have been Samar Dhaliwal there. Playing deep and gets a very nice block. So it's Mehatch with the disc. She's going to look underneath. Dhaliwal doing work. Bookends
Great
at
up the line.
Very nice from Saina. She's going to look deep. She's going to fake the deep throw. Look back to Mehatch. Mehatch gets up the line. Power position. Hucks it at about head height and gets caught.
I think that's generous, Dan. Lucky to be above the waist. But the up the line, we'll talk about it after the point, but the up the line dump cuts are superb. Good flow here from Bauhaus now, taking it before the junk can set.
Yep. Here's the dump throw. Ooh, nice bid. Unfortunately, can't come up with the disc. That was a very, very nice bid. That's might have been Kiara helpful.
So sure. I think the message from Bauhaus is to stop the up the lines. There were two really well executed up the line dumps here in the last possession. Great throw.
Very nice low release up the line. Looking down the field. The dump's going to be here. There, back to Mehatch. She looks around. Going to go back to the open side. Sideways cut. Bit of Japanese offense.
Oh, Foster lets a big one go.
That's speculative. That one's out. Do you guys train those?
We don't train that. We don't. Well, maybe I do. That's why I don't get to run trainings. Somebody says, Miles, you just take a seat.
So Strathalbyn's going to bring it in. Coffin corner at the moment. The zone is set. Throw back into the end zone.
Well done. Well
around. Middle of the field now. She has space.
Perfect
spots
throw.
the receiver. Dhaliwal is coming though. Freight train and gets the D.
That's set up, didn't it? That really set up in the wind.
Yeah, it's a little bit gusty. It's not strong. Oh, the point to the back corner. Get in there. It's going to end in a dump.
Well done. Dump, swing, another swing.
Far
Moved
side of the field.
All the way up. That's perfect.
Oh, bit of a contact there, and they've stuffed it in the far side of the field.
That is as good an offensive set as you'll see. So they had Katie Newman coming out to this close side here. I mean,
let's have a look at the replay.
Before that play. So then there were 3 breaks in a row.
And Bauhaus just couldn't stop the break flow there.
No.
Down the break side of the field. Very nice offense.
Perfect. And that is, you can tell that is an offense that Seb Bar's had a hand in. It's just annoying them with the throws that just make it impossible to defend.
Yeah, I mean, that was
mark both sides, but life becomes a lot harder.
I mean, is Seb Bar's bread and butter when he was playing handler. You know, that kind of break side
He's
movement.
not that done yet, is he? He's still playing. He's still getting around.
I
is he
retired.
that done, is he? Yeah.
I retired, so, I mean, anybody who's been
Time
playing
right.
longer than I have, well, they've got to be on the cusp.
No, he is done. He's done. He's washed up.
He's back on the field now. He's going to be calling up the defense again. It's 10-2. I mean, we're keeping score better than the players are at this stage.
So if you're Bauhaus, and as you said, there's a learning focus and there's a first half, okay, put that to bed. Given it's a 60-minute game, it's probably not one that they're going to claw their way back into. But do you look at the second half score? You know, so it would be 2-1. Do they try and, you know, break this down into little parts to go, okay, we just need to see incremental improvement. And if our second half is better than our first, then we can only expect for game 2 to be better than that.
I would actually take that as it comes. See how the players are reacting.
Yeah.
You know, if the confidence is down a little bit. You know, when I coached in the women's game, you know, I took my team from last place at Nationals to 1 game outside the 8, and that was in a single season.
Yep.
And a lot of that was the mental game. And I think at the moment for Bauhaus, the score's the score. Like, it's not going to matter. What's going to matter is how you're playing and whether you're getting better on the field. And sometimes that doesn't reflect on the scoreboard. You know, sometimes you're doing all the right things and you'll still just get pumped. Oh, the pressure.
Good run down by Kate Foster.
Yeah, very, very good there. It's going to make this offense hard. And again, pressure on the undercut. It's going to result in a turnover with Melbourne Phoenix in the red zone, looking towards the end zone.
This is Newman. Break, backhand.
To Mihatch. She points again to the back of the end zone. Newman going to fit that one in there.
So the other thing interesting about that is high counts. There are no high counts. Mihatch went up the line, or got the dump, had one look, didn't sit on it, didn't stress, actually demanded the dump, get into position, made Katie move back into position because she saw nothing else was on and went, right, well, I'm not going to do any good with the disc here, so I'm just going to center it back. And then Katie again, not a count past probably 3. So,
and conceptually, for the offense, that's a very good thing to be in. And why do you think it's a good thing for an offense to be, moving that disc quickly?
Well, especially in the red zone, and we had this saying in other teams that we've coached, forget about the box. Forget about the end zone. If you start locking in,
the white line fever.
Stack, yeah, you're looking into the stack. You're going, who's going to throw me this? Who can I throw this goal to?
Yeah.
You take that away, and it's just like, well, I'm just going to hit an open throw. And look, they're all cliches, right? But if you can forget about the box, and you just throw in the open throw, eventually one will open up within that. And you look at the calm that gave that offensive set, and they could just kind of punch it back and have someone always free to reset the count. It meant that the options they were taking weren't pushed, weren't stretched. Maybe exception of Kate Foster's speculator down here at the other end.
I mean, as a handler, right, and this is from the days of Cupcake, and some of those young
He's still
lads.
going too, by the way. So
as I said, anyone who's been playing longer than me has got to be about retired.
Yeah.
But, very early on in Cupcake's career, he was throwing some absolute swill. Yeah. But the coaches were always like, well, he's learning from that. He's learning what's going to work, what's not going to work. And okay, Foster, she just threw one up there. And, from that she learnt that maybe a bladey forehand isn't the throw to make.
Yeah. Well, she'll probably learn quicker than Cupcake. I think he's still learning that.
He hasn't worked it out.
Around the grounds, we've got a 6-7 game, I believe. It's to Ballarat over Geelong at the moment.
Yeah, it's a brawl over there.
Yep. Yeah, 6-7 Ballarat now with the disc, a chance to break. 11-2 here. Looks like 11-2, I think it is. Hello, Mike.
Oh, dear. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for the warning there, mate. We're on camera.
It's world first of the Heads of State new kit. Probably 3 sizes too small.
I mean, that's how the hipsters roll, isn't it?
And the very interesting thing about this kit is it's ours for the next 3 years. So there are a few guys who are starting to get on a bit, who might be getting a bit more rotund. Right? That's not allowed to happen with these. You're not allowed to put any weight on for the next 3 years.
No give.
No,
okay.
Absolutely no give. Just keeping everyone in shape, keeping them in check.
Oh, dear. Okay.
But Phoenix, we'll talk about Bauhaus in a minute. Phoenix, a very different looking team to this time last year.
Okay. What changed?
I think they're enjoying their frisbee, but equally as importantly, they've stuck together and they've bolstered with a few new players. They haven't picked up studs, but they have brought on a little bit more experience, the likes of Katie Newman, Ash Thornton, who's the captain of the team. They've just been around for a while, they've played for a while, and it's given that perfect balance of, youth and energy, but also a little bit of a cool head and experience. And I think as you see them get into the pointier part of the tournament, that's where those players can really be a steadying force. Wallbridge as well, as we see on the Geelong field. Jake Angelovich get a D, throw a break backhand. This is to keep things on serve in that game, so reasonably important.
Oh, wow.
Long throw goes up. Petey Nixon will bid and not get there.
I mean, that's a good bid, man.
Hey, Sebo!
See if we can get Sebastian Barr on the microphone.
Yeah, I'm tired of him dodging us.
We're going to ask him some hard-hitting questions.
But yeah, this time last year, I don't think you would have seen an 11-2 scoreline.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's just part of the development. They've really got pride in the team. You got the likes of Kate Robertson, who with a year under her belt, she's got an absolute cannon now.
Yep.
Probably not as refined as last year.
Did she have a Worlds campaign?
Yeah.
Under her belt now as well?
Yeah. Yep.
So she played for the under-24s?
I think so, yeah.
One of the under-24 teams?
Yep. We've got Sebo to have a quick chat. Good for a quick jaw. So Seb Barr, the head coach of Phoenix. Seb, we were just talking about Phoenix, and a year's a long time in Frisbee. I think the comment was this time last year you probably wouldn't have been looking at an 11-2 scoreline. What's been the big difference between the 2 years?
Well, we've had a few handy Worlds campaigns behind some of these girls, which is definitely not going to hurt the case. Yeah, so a bit of the personnel has certainly helped the improve. But I think that a lot of them are just becoming more confident. You know, it's playing an extra year in the game and actually realising, hey, I can take that shot deep, or hey, I can get that big block. And you see them, they're all out there with confidence, and they're trusting themselves, and that's really benefiting the team.
In terms of a first half, you couldn't have hoped for much better than, I think it was 8-1. What was the message coming out of half?
We're still sort of...
great flow, by the way.
Yeah, we're still kind of squeezing it and rushing it a little bit on offense, as you just saw there. We just need to take a little bit more time. I think our defense has been excellent. I've been really happy with that. But offensively, we probably can look to just take our time with it, take a little breath.
Looking at the defense, we were saying earlier, the defense are doing a really good job at head checking. Like, they are looking, they're not getting stuck disc watching too much. Is that something that you've gone with as a pretty strong theme, or something that the players have just picked up and implement on their own?
No, definitely the focus for us on our this defensive look at least is certainly to be trying to shut down the cutters more so than trying to shut down the handlers. We don't mind too much if the handlers are moving around sideways, and we try and generate a lot of our blocks through the cutters.
Thanks, Sebo. You got to go call a line.
All right,
appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, we're not sure if we've lost a feed or if it's just our screen. I think it's just us. Oh, we'll try and get it back. What have we done? Sebo comes in and breaks everything.
He's ruined it. He's ruined it all. Yeah. Sebastian Barr there, coach of Melbourne Phoenix. Loves running repairs here, and that's a nice goal there for Bauhaus.
Yep, absolutely.
We saw Polymere with the disc. She was working that break side, going through the cut, bit of a high release forehand.
Good for Bauhaus as well to be getting turns, getting the Ds, getting the disc back.
I mean, they're going to get shots on offense, and that's one of the beautiful things about the women's game, is that there will be turns. There will be turns, and you are going to get your opportunities on offense. It's just a question of, you know, how many turns are you going to get, and how many opportunities are you going to get.
Yep.
And if you can punch some of those opportunities in, well, it's going to end well for your team. You know, you're going to be in the hunt, you're going to be competitive, and at worst, well, you're going to be having fun anyway.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing better than getting a block, is there?
Not really.
Catching a goal,
Not
maybe.
really, yeah. But impressively for Bauhaus, there's still a lot of energy. You can still see as they're coming off their line. People jogging to the sideline, clapping, having a good time, smiling, getting around the team. So it doesn't matter if you get thumped 15 zip, if you're still getting around each other, as you said, Dan, this is a learning tournament for even the best teams. You know, it's all right.
Okay.
Not a bad pull. It's a better pull.
It was better than the Phoenix pull.
Phoenix's one was fair howl. It didn't give us a lot of time with Sebo.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw him dying a little bit inside.
He covered it well, didn't he?
He really didn't give much away. The facial expression was there, but that was about it. Thornton with the disc.
Julia Cowley now, that's a second overhead. She's playing in as that popper. And just doesn't like giving it to the open side unless she can help it. You know what I mean? Like, she's looking around everywhere but the break, and then throws it to a player that can break. Yep. Running through the break side is massive.
Wow. That's a very large metre gainer, and the throw's not going to quite be there to the middle of the field.
Gale cocking, I think. But again, the intent is really strong. It's back and around, through the cup, exploit that far wing. It has a lot of space to cover. Bauhaus now with the disc.
Yeah, they're going to look downfield. It looks like they're, okay. Just a high throw there, unable to bring it under control.
Stack looked quite deep there.
Looks like their Bauhaus are a little bit confused. They're not quite in a man and they're not quite in a zone. Player open in the back of the end zone.
Nice grab from Jules. Through the middle, go cocking.
There it is.
Really good flow. It's really good flow. I mean, Sebo's right. There are times when they're rushing it. But
we saw
by the same token, like, that's good. You know, that was not a stall count past 2. And it just didn't give the D a chance to react.
Yeah, and we saw that the throwaway, the turnover, was a result of, you know, just a little bit too much, too fast. We see here, taking a breath, very nice throw.
Lovely throw by Jules. So you're done, are you, mate? You mentioned your playing days are,
yeah,
if not over,
such as they were.
Yeah.
I mean, if ever a mediocre player has gone out, yes. I mean, I had my foray with the Heads of State Club a couple of years ago. I played Division 2 Nationals with them.
Always welcome.
And imagine if there was ever a day where I managed to lose 25 kilos. Yeah, I'd strap on the cleats, but retirement, it's good.
It's got appeal.
I mean, if I still lived in the city, I would still play, but I live far in the north in the desert.
These days now?
Port Augusta of all places. So that's 3 hours north of Adelaide.
Right. And there's a port there.
Yeah. It's one of the few places in the world, actually, that has a desert climate, but is on the water. Go figure.
There you go.
So here we go. It looks like Mihatch is actually going to be pulling this one.
Fun facts with Clinton. I'd like a Port Augusta fact every half, please. For the rest of the tournament.
Okay. I mean,
cannot repeat the same one. That's a better pull. That's going to make
slide a little bit.
Yeah. Just past the brick mark.
It's going to be out on the full.
On the brick mark.
Jesus, what's wrong with you? You're still playing and you couldn't read that was going out?
No, well. Bodes well from my tournament.
That's all right. Have you transitioned to handling yet?
They tried.
You're old enough.
They tried. I don't know. The people that try, I kind of remind them about my flick, but they don't listen. 3 go deep, 3 stream deep from Bauhaus. They all go.
I mean, that's a flood.
Bang, there it is.
Polymere is just going to rip this one.
I think the sideline will beat them all.
Oh,
it's coming back.
Sit back in.
Once again,
Mihatch.
Ordinary read from me.
You're jinxing yourself, mate. You've got to have confidence. Unfortunately, they couldn't bring that one in. Mihatch is going to bring this in. Nice flat flick down the line. Good meterage there. Play to the middle. That's Dhaliwal with the disc. Goes far side. Lots of flow right now. The mark is on. Engaging the dump. Nice work. Very nice movement there.
Bang!
Whoa, that throw just a little bit too fast there.
That's what Seb's talking about. That's just where it just starts to red line and tip over. In that, just look and pump it. Leroy Jenkins stuff.
Polymere going to come to the near sideline. Nice movement. Mihatch reads it well. Mihatch is just driving this offense right now. She's playing 50%.
Jump out of there, Katie. 2 dumps back.
Yeah, Mihatch is going to get it back. She's going to look break side. Nice movement. That's Inosevic with the disc there. I believe Inosevic is one of the younger players on the team.
She is, yep. She is. Big unit too. About 6'1", 6 foot. Should be over 6 foot.
Yeah, I wish. I wish I was that tall.
Yeah.
Anyway, nice throw there. Good meters. They're already past the brick mark. A little bit doing the dying swan. She's just going to hark it. Mihatch is underneath it. And
good pressure from
going to fall to the ground. Mihatch is going to pick it up straight away.
With the break.
Very nice movement to this near side.
Good D.
That is strong defense there.
A little bit of tangled up.
Yeah, there might be a call.
That's a shame because who was it there? It was Zastan. Actually made really good position. Probably deserved the D, but just couldn't avoid the contact. Got tangled up.
Yep. So it's going to be uncontested, which is lovely to see. And Polymere is going to...
Oh, no, bad luck. Newman and Asavic. Newman throws a pie of her own.
Yeah, that's... I mean, when you're 6'1",
as we said, if you're gonna launch a pie to anyone, now that's a better throw.
Very nice there to the near
And
side.
Nasevich was like, that's what I wanted from you, Katie. Just a nice low leading one. Yes, if you're going to...
I mean, throw it to the tall kid has always been a valid strategy in Ultimate. And
well, not only is Anna 6'1", but got big levers too, like big long arms.
yes, able to extend.
And I think that's it.
elevate.
That's game.
Oh, is that
12-3,
game?
yeah, because that was time, or 13-3, I think. That was time cap.
Oh, okay. So the women's games are a little bit shorter then?
Yeah, 60 minutes.
60 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
Mate, when you've got 5 games in a day, you need something to go your way.
Yep, that's for sure.
Mate, that's my cue. I've got to jump out and start warming up.
Well, thank you for joining us, Andrew.
Alright.
We might see you later today.
If
Ladies and
you're
gentlemen,
unlucky. All right, cheers.
that is going to wind up our first game coverage here. Melbourne Phoenix taking it 13-3 over Bauhaus Rezzies. Pretty good showing by both teams. I think there's a lot of positives for both sides. And well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back very shortly. Let me have a look at my draw here. Looks like we're going to have Outbreak Mountain v Melbourne Colossus on the show field. And I might know some names, Mike says. Yes, I might. We can hope. Thank you for joining us.
Alti.tv